The ingredients for frittata are 1 pound ragout, 11 eggs, 3/4 of a pound of sweet Italian sausage, 1/4 pound of ham diced, 1/4 pound of prosciutto diced. Now, a few, maybe half a dozen years ago, we actually tweaked the recipe a little bit. The original recipe, Grandmom's recipe, was 10 eggs and a full pound of sausage. And we dialed that back a little bit. We found that if we cut down on the sausage from 1 pound to 3/4 and added an egg, the egg binded it a little better and it was less sort of crumbly as you ate it. And it was probably maybe a little bit, no one would call this a hard healthy dish, but it was probably a little bit healthier without so much of the sausage in the recipe. And if science knew in Grandma's day what we know now about heart health, I'm convinced she would be okay with the change. So one thing you can do ahead of time is dice up the prosciutto and the ham. So dice it up, normal dice up size, and set it aside. We're going to add that to the sausage once it's browned. So we have our pound of ragout in a bowl, and we're going to mix in our 11 eggs and blend those together into a smooth mixture. So you can blend it with beaters or hand whisk it. I like this handheld blender, which I love, and we all know Grandma was a notorious gadget hound. If they had these in her day, I'm convinced she would have loved it and would have used it. So the recipe calls for 3/4 of a pound of sweet Italian sausage. You can buy it in the lengths and you just cut the casing lengthwise and empty it out, but they do sell it loose, and why not make your life easier? I like to buy it loose and add it right to the pan for brown. All right, we're ready to brown the sausage in our pan, our 10-inch pan. Of course, Grandma and even Aunt Mary used to do this in the traditional 10-inch iron skillet. Of course, we've got beautiful Teflon pans now. Why not make your life easier? And if they had these back in Grandma's day, I'm convinced she would have used the Teflon. I like to give it a nice coating of cooking spray just so we don't stick, and it makes that transfer easier. Our pan is heating, so we're going to add the sausage and brown it. This is a nice tool. It's a chopper, I think, used for nuts and hard candies and different things. And we found it works nicely when you're browning the sausage to break it up. I do like some big chunks in there. I think it's personal preference. The other idea is if you chop it up fine, it'll sort of be more evenly dispersed through the omelet, but it's personal preference. But it does help to break it up during this browning. It's a nice gadget, and if they had it in Grandma's day, I'm convinced she would have used it. All right, our sausage is browned up, so we're going to add our 1/4 pound of ham and 1/4 pound of prosciutto that we diced and set aside earlier. We're going to mix it in so that the ham and prosciutto just mix throughout and browns up a little bit. All right, our sausage is browned. We've added our diced ham and prosciutto, and that's crisped up a little bit, so we're going to pour in the egg and ragout mixture that we had prepared earlier. We're still leaving it on medium heat. This is a slow process to cook it so it cooks throughout. Frittata means fried. This is just an omelet, and although it's maybe you think of it like a quiche without the crust, it's not baked in the oven, it's all made in the pan. That's where the name comes from, frittata, fried. So as it's cooking, you want to pull from the hot edges and bottom and bring it to the cool center, and then underdone portions will be pushed to the side, and eventually this will be cooked through and set, and we'll be ready to transfer. So we've been cooking away at about medium heat on the stove top. And how do we know when it's ready to transfer? We want to see it largely set up so that it it's moving as a single mass and not sort of floating around to liquid. And it should have a nice brown on the bottom. It'll be ready for transfer 15 to 20 minutes. So we're ready to transfer, and what we're going to do is basically flip it over and cook the other side and finish it. It's about 85% cooked right now. So you can just put the dinner plate across the top, and grab it with the hot mitts and flip it, and then it'll be on the plate, and you can slide it from the plate back in. If you have an equal size pan, 10-inch pan, it's easier. We want to put it right on top. We'll grab it and flip it. We want to give it a good spray again. That's the manhood. That's nice. So we made our transfer either through the flip from pan to pan or flipping it over on the plate and sliding it back into the pan. We've got a nice brown finish to the top, and we're going to finish it off that last 10 or 15% here, still on medium heat. We're going to look for all the moisture to cook off and have a good, nice, firm gratin. So that's our frittata recipe from beginning to end. So it just takes a little patience and a little courage, but if you put in the time, I'm convinced Grandma and Aunt Mary will be smiling down on you.
This is only an experiment so we could film this, but all this will be done again on Easter morning.